So before we actually start this video, I just wanted to point this out. It seems like YouTube is, being kind of weird when it comes to the whole, not getting notifications from your fellow subscribers. So in case you're not getting videos from me at all, then click this sexy fucker right here that says Professor Anime. Okay, click that. You will be directed to my channel. Let me go ahead and pause this real quick. Go over to the subscribe button. Click that, and now you are subscribed to my channel. However, another step that you must do if you want to get notifications, updates, and videos from me is you want to go to the bell next to the subscribe button, click that, go to send me all notifications for this channel, and then click save. And there you go. You're done. Thanks for your time, guys. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You already know who it is. Oh man, today's video is going to be a very special video indeed. The one I'm going to be reviewing. And it might actually be pretty long, but hopefully you guys are okay with these long videos. But nonetheless, today is going to be a very special review. It has been the most suggested arc in this manga that I should live react to, and also the most suggested arc for me to review in this series. And I can see why many people wanted me to read this and to live react to it, because this arc for the series I am about to talk about is massive, and it's also probably one of the best arcs that I have seen in manga. That is right, it is actually that good. It's pretty lengthy. It is. It's over 100 chapters long. That's fucking insane. Yo. Oh man. That is right, people. Today is a very special video today. A very special review. That is right. We are talking about Kingdom, the Coalition arc. But this is probably going to be part one. This is probably going to be part one of my reviews for the Coalition arc. See, what I'm planning on doing, at least when it comes to what people have suggested, and I can see why they suggested this, is that because of the fact that the Coalition arc is so massive that I might as well review, the Coalition arc in parts. Only go to a certain, talk about certain events before I actually get to the next part, So you'll probably see various other reviews from me that will be discussing the Coalition arc. So, let's get this review started. Let's start with the Coalition arc review, part 1. Okay, so this arc actually opens up with Shin and his group making their way to a city. And along the way, as they are, trying to get to this city, they end up seeing a child coming out of the woods. And this child, you can tell, has been attacked. This child is completely exhausted, has blood all over him, and also has arrows on the back of him. Yo, when I saw that, I was like, holy shit. Yo, something is about to go down. Not only that, I was completely apathetic of, that child. I'm like, who the fuck is, shooting a child? Who the fuck is attacking a child to death? Like, I know we have seen these types of scenes in the other arcs of Kingdom, but holy shit, man, like, I was like, damn. And it actually turns out that this child has been attacked by a Han army from the city he is from. So Shin and the group completely turn their direction from what they were going to, and they go to the state of Joe, which is where the little boy is from. So Shin and the group finally make their way to the state of Joe, and the city that is being attacked, the child's city, ends up being completely dispatched by Shin's group, okay? Like, the way on how Shin has progressed as a character, a leader, and also as a warrior, I'm like, oh shit, because he completely dispatches the general within that city so fast. Like, the commander or general, of the Han army was looking down on Shin, and he says, "Oh, our numbers are completely, more than what you have. And I don't really think your unit has what it takes to defeat us." Shin completely dispatches this guy with one swing of his sword and knocks this guy's head on the ground. I was like, yo, Shin, you're a fucking beast. So eventually Shin and the Shin unit ends up dispatching these troops and comes to a conclusion as of saving the city of Zhou. And what we learned from this is actually that Zhou has not been particularly surviving from, wars or battles, because they are not a city that pretty much goes about, fighting. They are not. And we learned that in the city from the head honcho, I would say, is that apparently Zhou has actually been surviving for this long by the protection of Wei, Zhao, and Chu. Hey, I'm reviewing the Coalition arc. At least give me a break when it comes to, taking notes. So it was actually very interesting to see that this city has been surviving so long just to, give information from these several other, states in order to survive. Because if they didn't comply to these rules, they would have been completely destroyed. All of them would end up dying. So it's really interesting how, they've been surviving for that long under those, rules. So we see that Shin and the Shin unit end up leaving the city now that it has been saved. And along the way, they spot an army of many troops. And within that, within that area that Shin is looking over the cliff, we see that Riboku is actually among the men who ends up getting out of a carriage. But not only we see Riboku, we also see the Qi Prime Minister. So we have the Zhao Prime Minister, which is Riboku, and then we have the Qi Prime Minister also meeting up with Riboku. I believe his name was, I believe his name was Sung Shin Kun. So the two prime ministers end up meeting up in secret, and we actually find out they have been planning this for a very long time. They have been conspiring together in order to create a coalition army to take out the state of Shin. That is fucking insane. Because, as we know, in the Warring States period, there is a total of 7 states. 7 states. And conspiring together, Riboku and the other Prime Minister of Qi, they have been conspiring in order to create a coalition army of the 6 other states in order to take out Shin. Yo, dude. When I saw that, I was like, what? Yo, this is bad. This is really bad. So then we transition over to the state of Shin in the city of Kanyo, and we find out that Kyo, Issei's lover, so to speak, has now gotten pregnant. Both of them have a child on the way. When I heard that, I was like, okay, my boy Issei, good on you, congratulations. However, then we find out that apparently Issei had also gotten another girl pregnant, and apparently they are having a child together. However, we do not know who this individual is, okay? Now, it's quite common in China that, kings would actually have sex with various other women. But the queen, I believe, the queen of the king, if they ended up, bringing about a child, the first child of the king, they then would be considered the queen. So it was very interesting actually seeing that. But I just, I'm very curious as to who that other, partner that Issei was with. I want to know who she was. So, I don't know. I just want to, know about that, like what went down. And then after this scene, things get really, really bad. Yo. After a happy moment, happy news, we eventually get to see some bad news. Like, really bad news. Apparently, a army of 50,000 people of the state of Chi are now making their way toward the city of Kanyo. And they have already broken some borders along the way in order to take out the city of Kanyo. Yo, dude, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. But it gets even worse. It gets even worse from here. Then a second army ends up making its way to the borders of Shin and is taking out several cities, including another city that apparently was comprised of over a lot of women and children. And they did not let them, they did not let them survive at all. They did not take them as prisoners. They completely ransacked the place, killed the men that were there, killed the women, killed the children, completely decimated the city. And it was all for revenge from the previous battle into which the state of Wei, which is the army that has appeared at the city and making its way toward Shin, the Wei actually killed everyone and decimated the whole city, all for revenge from the battle that they lost against the Shin. All for revenge. Yo, dude, yo. Did not give any remorse whatsoever. And then they leave the city. And I believe that the Wei that actually appeared at the scene was actually comprised of 100,000 men. So that just shows how many troops are arriving to get to the state of, or making their way toward, Shin. So 50,000 Chi and 100,000 Wei. That is 150,000 troops on the way to the state of Shin. So that was pretty intense, like just hearing that. And we see that Shin, once he actually gets to the city, he is looking at the decimated city and he feels really, really bad. He's seeing all these, bodies on the floor. The city is decimated. There's smoke in the air. Just no remorse was given. He knows that no remorse was given to, these individuals. He's looking over these dead bodies and is like, if I was here, the Shin unit could have done something. If I was here, these people would all be saved. I was like, damn, man. He's holding the flag up and Shin, he's holding up the flag and Shin is just like, yo, I will get my revenge on you all. I will. I will get my revenge on you guys. I will avenge you. I will avenge you. They will not get any mercy upon me from the mercy that was not given on you. And the Shin unit eventually disperses. And at this point in time, at the throne, when Issei, is getting this news from everyone, or from the armies that have been making their way toward Shin, everyone is quite calm. Everyone is quite calm. They think they can handle the situation. They say, this is not that big of a deal. 2 states coming to, our 1 state, I don't really think, it's that bad, because our forces are really strong. So we can hold off of these armies. However, we get even more bad news. A third army is now announced that is making its way to the state of Shin, breaking through its borders. And this third army happens to be the Zhao army. Now, I don't really know if it was actually stated in the manga on how many troops were actually comprised of the Zhao army. I couldn't really find it. Maybe if I took a second glance over it, I'll eventually find it. But, you know, if you guys want to let me know in the comments down below on how many troops were comprised in the Zhao army, that would be great. But, you know, at the royal palace, you know, they're like, okay, 3 states, you know, okay, we got this, you know, no need to break a sweat right now, it's fine. But then we see the informer comes in the room and is like, there is a 4th state coming to us right now, and it's the army, the state of Yan, and it is comprised over 120,000 men. Yo, at this point, they're like, fuck, what the hell is going on? And then another informer comes in the room and announces that a 5th state is now coming to the state of Chu, breaking through its borders yet again. And these states are all, you know, breaking through, you know, Qin's borders, you know, going to the city of Kanyo, and they are completely worried because you have 5 states right now going up against one single state, and this other state happens to be the state of Han, which is comprised of over 50,000 troops. Yo. This is bad news. And then another informer comes into the throne, and at this point, everyone is already worried as can be, and they're like, what now? What is it now? And then he's like, sir, there is a 6th army appearing at the state of Qin, breaking through its ways to our borders, and this state happens to be the Qi army. And then that's when everyone comes to the realization, yo, 6 of the states are trying to break through our borders in order to annihilate the Qin state. This is a coalition army. Yo, I was getting goosebumps at that scene. Once, you know, the 1st army wasn't out, the 2nd, the 3rd, I was like, when I was reading that, yo, if you go back to my live reactions, you will see my reaction, and I'm like, what? The 4th army was announced. I'm like, yo, the fuck is going on? The 5th army. I was like, are you serious? Are you fucking kidding me right now? The 6th army, Qi appears, and I'm like, yo, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Qin's done. Nope. Sorry. Sorry, Qin. You have been decimated. However, the state of Qin ends up getting a breather, and they have actually sent a messenger over to the state of Qi just in time before, you know, the armies break their way through the state of Qin. And apparently this messenger ends up going to the Qi's, you know, king's throne. And, you know, the king is right there like, yo, okay, you made your appearance here. What appearance do you have here? Because if you know, waste my time, I will kill you. I will kill you. And apparently this king has been on good terms with this messenger from before. But the king of Qi, yo, he is fucking weird. Because he was, like, eating snakes and shit. Like, he had a snake in his mouth, like, sticking his tongue out. I'm like, dude, I mean, sure, I've seen people in manga eat snakes to survive, but what you are doing, like, what the fuck is up with you? You know? But Qin eventually gets a breather because the messenger that was sent to the state of Qi to see the king made a pact with them. Apparently, you know, Riboku paid the Qi army, you know, a very good price in order to, you know, comply with one another in order to take out the state of Qin by making this coalition army. But the messenger said to the king, I will double that amount that Riboku has promised you. And the king is like, okay, you know what? You're right. If I get, you know, double the money, I can withdraw my troops. You know, I can. Without even spilling a single troop of, you know, of having bloodshed. I think, you know what? Rather than killing off a single life, yeah, I'll comprise with you. And then he calls off the Qi army. So we then have a little bit of a break, for Qin. So there's actually 5 states left remaining that are actually making their way to Qin's borders, because the 6th one, the state of Qi, has completely left the coalition army, and then the 7th one, as we know, that's being attacked, is the state of Qin. But nonetheless, these are 5 other states that are making their way through Qin's borders and about to, decimate several cities in order to get to their way of Kanyo. So it's already looking as bad as it is, but then it seems we are actually getting some other glim of hope that is for the state of Qin, and that is a army that is breaking through one of the other armies in the coalition army, led by a very great general. And that happens to be Duke Hyo. Yo, Duke Hyo. I have given so much respect for Duke Hyo in this arc, the coalition arc. Like, I didn't really feel for him as a character, from before, but when he appeared at that scene, I was like, oh, okay, Duke Hyo coming in. But the later parts that you will see me review about Duke Hyo when it comes to this coalition arc, like, you will see why I have so much respect for him. I really do have a lot of respect for Duke Hyo. But that is for another time. But yeah, I think that about does it for this review when it comes to the Coalition Part 1. I'm going to leave it off of this cliffhanger, so to speak. But so far, you can see what I really thought of my thoughts when it comes to those, few scenes in the Coalition arc. How it all started up, how this build-up for the Coalition arc to actually appear at the state of Qin. Everything looks bad right now. We really haven't seen all of the battles take place that are in this arc, but this is only the tipping point. This is only getting to the iceberg. This is like the build-up, to what's about to happen in the Coalition arc. Like, oh man. Like, again, I can see why so many people wanted me to review this and just live react to the arc in general, because this arc has so many good points. So many good points. It actually feels like I'm watching a movie. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. I think that about does it for this Coalition Army Part 1 review. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought about, the first part to the Coalition arc in my review. What did you think about the video? And also, when you were reading the Coalition arc, I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions on your reaction to what you thought was, going down when all these states ended up appearing that were coming to the state of Qin. I really want to know your reaction firsthand, but please do not leave spoilers when it comes to the other arcs. I mean, we're going to talk about, we're going to be talking about the Coalition arc, but just in case, do not leave spoilers for, coming arcs, because I don't want to be spoiled, and also several other people do not want to be spoiled as well, if they're not caught up to Kingdom, I'm saying. So, when it comes to the comments, just let's talk about, the Coalition arc. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, I mean, you can give it a like. I'm not going to beg for likes, but again, if you liked it, you liked it, okay? So, with that said, this has been my Coalition Arc Part 1 review. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.